My friends, I hope you are doing fantastic. Today's topic is gonna be well packed. I really want to welcome you because, in this channel, I'm trying to usually share more stuff around traveling and introduce you to very cool guests. The other day, we had a special guest, Chris Himaki. He's the freediving instructor down in Osa Peninsula in Costa Rica. I met him, friend of mine, amazing human being. And today I want to encourage you as well to revisit that because as I'm shooting you this, there are some thoughts and notes from my stay in the Canary Islands in Tenerife. And with my friend, we shot this podcast as well. So I want to refer back to it because there were a lot of cool thoughts and some of the things that you might really enjoy around resilience, around how to overcome, substance abuse, and how free diving can free your mind from, a lot of the things that, the nagging voice. And I have to say, because I met Chris in Costa Rica, and it was really amazing because, I learned a lot about myself through freediving. I was pulled into that because of my, better half, Katie. And I want to encourage you because it helped me a lot actually in my life to remember that things take time. And freediving is one of those sports that you shouldn't rush. And there's a lot of things going into it. I'm not an expert. I just did the course to make sure that I pass and I can get to 10 meters, which, I almost did or very close to it. So now we fly in the autumn to Sardinia and I will definitely continue. But the thing is, I want to share with you some, travel notes from our stay in Tenerife and the Canary Islands, which I think is beautiful. If you want to relocate in the future, there's a lot big, German population and a lot of, English population as well. But Canary Islands has this advantage because the temperature is amazing. So in Europe, I mean, this is already a little bit beyond Europe, right? Close to Africa. But the temperature is around 2025, which is perfect. It was a bit cloudy because we were there in May and, met quite some interesting people. So Katie actually was pushing her second or third level in freediving to go to 25 meters with the Apnea Canarias Tenerife. So I just wanted to show you a brief, brief actually video from, her being, training. And I think it was really cool because what I like about freediving, and, I've done it in, again, Costa Rica, it's really interesting because you learn a lot about yourself through freediving. And I think this is, anyways, nice group. I met some of these guys as well. But I want to tell you that freediving is one of the sport that actually encourages you to manage your mind. So you have to be physically quite fit, especially learn to manage the pressure as you, dive deeper. But anyways, it's amazing to think about, freediving as you exactly as you see, you dive down or you can climb down or you just, use the fins, without fins, there are different disciplines. Anyways, it's quite an interesting sport. So Radatsul is a city in Spain, in Tenerife. So that's where you have the guys, the Apnea Canarias, and they could actually help you to, try it out with, guided. Don't try this alone. Try it with somebody disciplined. So that's the first how I wanted to kind of start the travel notes. Freediving is very interesting, and you can really learn to push boundaries if you do that. So yeah, I'm just a bit hot here. Guys, I want to talk today about the restless leg syndrome. That's something that's been bothering me for a long time, and I actually never went, into some group to try to solve it, but I went to a doctor obviously with it. And I just wanted to give you my honest opinion because, in our family, we have very sensitive nervous system. And restless leg syndrome, for those who don't know this, is this insatiable urge in your legs or in other parts of the body to move it involuntarily. So often when it happens, it's close when you start to fall asleep or when you just fell asleep 1 hour later, and then basically you might be even sleeping, because my partner hates me for this sometimes, so then I just move and go sleep somewhere else. But basically you move your legs without you wanting. It's like, you know thousands of ants are running. In my particular case, it's in my legs. And I've been trying different things in my life, so I just want to give you my honest opinion about this. This is, I would say, syndrome that the doctors are puzzled by. And if you go to a medical doctor, they often tell you that they don't know. And that's kind of threw me on the alternative medicine path. And one thing that I want to tell you guys, you know, routine matters. That's why I'm such a routine guy. If I'm traveling, it's often way worse because alcohol, sweets, especially close to the evening, if you really want to avoid that, you need to sleep in a colder room. You shouldn't eat sweets. You shouldn't drink alcohol before you go to sleep. So you need to think about these things. Plus, zinc, you know, zinc, vitamin C, all these different things can really help with it. Magnesium can help as well. Um, I would encourage you as well to try to live healthy as much as you can. Celery is a big thing that has, at least seems to have some effect on me as well. But sometimes, even probiotics and different things can really add to it and improve the thing. So that can be, that in some parts of your life it will be less, in some more stressful parts it will be more. So I don't want to say that I have a cure. Again, I just want to say and raise the awareness there that many of your friends might struggle with this. Please, bear with them, especially if you sleep on the same couch, because it's not what they want to do. It's really annoying. I can tell you, because I've been with this for most of my life, right? So it's it can be sometimes good, sometimes worse, but never stop trying to find a cure. There is always a way. So that said, I want to tell you guys a little bit today about how to optimize yourself, especially as you travel. Take a sip of water. In as the travel notes, usually I try to talk about different habits. And when I was in Zanzibar, I was talking about the golden kind of principle circle. And you know, and when we were traveling through Tenerife, I realized how amazing it is to visit the volcano. So El Teide. I would encourage you, if you have the chance. And I know islands can be a little bit not for everybody, but I have to say that being on, El Teide or driving around, it's like being on a moon. At least it feels different colored rocks. So if you travel, try to have a curious mind. Many people I've seen, they, travel with this mindset, been there, done that, blah, blah, why. And more, I have to say, I'm grateful because of my partner. She's such a travel monkey. She took me around the world. And now I really realized that I'm more and better quality human being because the things I've seen, people I met. So please be a traveler, even if you cannot, because of family, because maybe you're a managing director or your partner also, and then you cannot travel so often. Please, at least once a year, take vacation and go somewhere where you haven't been before. Make to visit new places, meet new people, learn to be humble, learn to be humble again. Many people, especially in the West, are comfortable, happy, settled, and forget that actually there's so much to see and so much to learn from people. And in Tenerife for us, it was for vacation, so we worked and traveled. We were staying in a condo where you had a pool, so we used to swim every day almost. And I really have to say as well, swimming generally is a great tip that I used to do a lot when I was a kid, but started again about a couple of months year ago. And I have to say my body feels better when I take a swim, when I go for a swim. So I encourage you as well, go for a swim. If you travel, try to do something that we used to do as ancient human beings, as hunter gatherers. Used to run, used to walk, maybe had to swim. I don't know if we knew how to swim back then, but we tried, right? We tried to make sure that we did something that improves our life. And that we survive. Probably back then was really about survival, but now you can do things that make other people better. And that means depositing in yourself, depositing in your life. So, what is it that when you travel, you learn? What is it that you see, that you witness? This, March we were in Thailand, and it was March. I think it was March. And I'm always humbled when I see these different cultures, and you learn about new food and new habits. So I want to encourage you, go out there today, go out there this year, go out there and learn, improve. And don't take it as, I have to. No, it's an honor to learn. It's an honor to grow. It's an honor to get better. And all these tools that I'm sharing with you here, I know you might, again, go to medical doctor to check everything, but many people just are so caught up in the rat race, so much so that they forget to prioritize their health. And then they wonder why they have to pay so much for their health to come back. You don't want to be the person. You want to invest now. And mental, healthy lifestyle, healthy balance is a choice. Yes, if you want to be a CEO, you might maybe need to prioritize, but there's always a way. I had a discussion the other day with my friend. He said, hey, if Mark Zuckerberg can work out, I can work out too. And I've been talking to him for a while. And so it's really funny that, we need sometimes the right time to remind ourselves that we can do, when other people can do it, we can do it too. So I encourage you, learn from traveling. Go and set, new horizons, new countries you want to visit. Build muscle, build health, bring more greens into your life. Drink more water. I will take a sip, and you should as well. It's very, very good. Read books. Make sure you journal. I have here a journal as well. Take vitamins. It all sounds so much, but take it one step at a time. I had a discussion the other day with a friend, and she struggled a little bit, started a new job, and then we looked at what's going on, and in the end, you have to be more kinder to you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Yes, there are times to push, time to sacrifice, time to go forward, but that's where traveling, where a weekend, even if you cannot go beyond the country borders, maybe take a train 1 hour to the other side of the city to sit in a cafe, or on the weekend just to go visit a friend, have a call with somebody who maybe sits in Australia, and you want to go there. So there are ways you can travel in your mind. Maybe there are places you've been that really inspired you. Take a mental walk, take a physical walk. So guys, the bottom line is, if you want your life to soar, you have to keep sending the thoughts out there. And that's nothing esoteric. You got to strive for more. You got to want more in your life. And this is what I try to do here. Bring you cool guests, remind you to be better, and remind you that holistic health is the way of a leader. And you are a leader. I believe you are a leader. And people need you. But for that, foundation, juicing, vitamins, water, reading, journaling, listening to great music, being inspired, listening to this, and knowing that if you do this long enough, your life will be better. And also, if you struggle like myself with, some syndrome or something that cannot be cured, or, illness, be kind to yourself. Never give up. Never, ever give up. There is always a way. Yes, maybe you will not solve it in 1 day, in 2, 3, 5, but you can. Be kind. Try, and try harder, and try some more. And sometimes just let go, and maybe the solution will present itself. But I believe you can do this, and believe we can do this together as a community. So until the next time, stay legendary and lead the fit, fun life. And when you forget that, remind yourself that even if you fall, you can always get up. You can always choose new destination.